Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. This is Eric Croft with Command Your Legacy. Thanks for joining me for today. And I'm still enjoying this wonderful cabin for another day or so. It's my wife and mine and my wife's anniversary, so we're just kind of taking a break from life as we know it in the hustle and bustle. So I just want to talk to you today about getting out of a rut. So many of us find ourselves in ruts at many points and many times in our life, right? But for me, one of my biggest ruts was being stuck at 225 pounds and not able to get away from that, in my mind. And, the things I thought I was doing was supposed to work, but apparently it was not because my weight was not moving, right? So it took a mindset shift change when I saw a picture of me holding my kids after they were born, several months after they were born, in order to see that I needed to get out of that rut of mindset of I just need to change. So, I started to figure out one way to get out of a rut is the only way through a rut is through it. You just got to get through it, right? You have to put in the work in order to get through that rut, in order to get through what you're facing. You feel like you can't get anywhere, so the only way you got to do is just put in the work to get through it. And let me tell you, here's the worst thing that that most people do when they're stuck in a rut, is they sit there and they just focus on the wrong thing. They stare at their current results. They're just sitting there and look at the circumstance that they're in, and they just stare at it. They don't do anything about it, and they wish. I could. I wish I could. I could do this. I wish I could do that. I wish my circumstances were different. But they don't put in the work in order to overcome that circumstance. Whatever the obstacle may be that they're facing, they don't do the work. They just sit there and stare at it and wish, and it doesn't get anywhere, and they continually spin their wheels and stay in the same place, right? And that's where I was with my weight loss, which was affecting my military career in ways that I didn't expect it to. So you have to look at what are the habits that you're currently doing? What are the habits that are keeping you in that rut? Are you making a change to get around it? You have to work even though you don't feel like it. You may not feel like moving, but you have to move. Things don't change unless things change. You're going to sit there in that rut and continue to spin your wheels. You may not feel like it, but guess what? Those feelings are getting in your way. They're getting in the way of the actual results that you are wanting to achieve, to move past that rut, right? To get up out of that on more solid ground. The actions behind those feelings, in order to get moving, is where you need to be. And that's where the work gets done, is moving into action. I talked in a previous video about, are your expectations lining up with your actions, right? Well, the expectation of you getting out of that rut are based off the actions that you're currently doing, right? And I believe that in a book called The Art of War, I believe that's the book that it came out of, that they talk about the resistance of push past the obstacle that you're in. Becoming successful is really the ability to push past your resistance in order to get to your goal. Do the things you know you need to do, but you don't want to do. Or do the things you don't want to do, but you know you need to do, right? We want to do certain things and achieve things, but we don't want to do them because of our feelings that are getting in our way, right? So, that's where you need to be. You need to be doing those things you don't want to do in order to get past your adversity and your rut. You have to understand that there will be days you don't want to do something, and you don't feel like you want to do anything about your situation. But those are the days that you need to grind. You need to get in and do the work in order to get past it. Look at your circumstance, look at your habits, and see what it is that you're doing in order to get past that rut, right? Have you been doing the same thing over and over? The insanity mindset, and not getting anywhere. Change it up a little bit. In order for me to lose my 50 pounds from that 225 to enhance my military career, I had to change what I was doing. I had to get myself out of the rut. I had to change the way I was eating. I was running through this time a couple miles a day, but I wasn't losing any weight. It's because I was needed to change my eating habits on top of that. And I needed to change my workout and get some resistance in on top of that. It wasn't just about the running. If you do the things you need to do in order to achieve the goal, you feel empowered. You feel empowered to know that you can get over it, right? So, don't continually spin your wheels. Get around that. Don't get stuck in being able, and just change up what you're doing, change up your habits. I hope this is something that can be beneficial to you today, and it's something you got value from. Share it with somebody, and in order to help somebody that may be in a rut, even if it is you, maybe you know somebody else that's in a rut as well that could use this. So I hope to talk to you soon. Take care.